Portions of TV23's internet provided by SWKO Wireless Internet. Covering the High Plains with news, weather, and information. From TV23 Studios in Sublette, this is High Plains Today.
Hi, everybody. Good Wednesday, May 24th, 2017 to you. Hope you're having a great day. Welcome to High Plains Today, right here on TV23. On today's show, I'll be joined by Carol Ann Crouch. She is with the Scott County Extension Service. You know what? We're going to be talking about advanced health care planning. This is going to be a more important thing than you think it is. In the meantime, let's see what's happening out there. A Tyrone, Oklahoma teacher arrested in January of 2016 on multiple counts of second-degree rape and indecent exposure now faces a bench trial next month in Texas County District Court. After a status hearing earlier this month, a bench trial was put on the court's docket for June 20th for Claire Torres. In July of 2016, Torres had waived her right to a preliminary hearing and was arraigned in August of last year on 5 counts of rape in the second degree and 25 counts of indecent exposure. And the 2 men arrested earlier this month after landing a plane with 144 pounds of cocaine on board were set for a scheduling hearing on Monday. But another date has now been set for that hearing. The new scheduling date for Patrick Williams of Tempe, Arizona, and Richard Lopez of Rio Rico, Arizona, is on the Seward County Court District docket for Monday, July 10th. Williams and Lopez had their first appearance in Seward County District Court May 12th, following their arrest on May 10th at the Liberal Mid-America Regional Airport. Now, the arrest came after officials with the Kansas Bureau of Investigation and the Seward County Sheriff's Office seized a large quantity of cocaine as well as a twin-engine aircraft at the airport. And yesterday morning, Liberal firefighters were dispatched to 2642 Long Avenue for a reported fire in the bedroom of a residence. Prior to arrival of fire units, Liberal police officers on scene advised that all residents had evacuated and were accounted for. The fire began in a bedroom and spread through the entire room. The remainder of the residents suffered heat and smoke damage. Now, the exact cause of the fire is undetermined at this time. And here we go. The Kansas House agreed to a double dose of debate today with a vote on the newly hatched tax reform bill, raising $950 million over 2 years, and scheduled consideration of the chamber's bill recasting state aid to public school districts. Now, the tax package, emerging from a late-night negotiation session, would retain the state's existing 2-bracket income tax, but raise rates to 3% and 5%. Kansas currently assesses individual income tax at 2.7% and 4.6%. The deal includes elimination of $60 million in sales tax exemptions for towing, pet care, self-storage, lawn care, tattoos and piercings, wow, who knew, security guards, and detective services. Under the tax legislation, the income tax exemption for owners of 330,000 businesses and a law requiring automatic reductions in the state's income tax rates would be repealed. Now, a Senate Education Committee devoted much of yesterday to crafting details of a new system for allocating state aid to the more than 280 public school districts, but they adjourned yesterday until later today. All right, that's a look at some of the stuff that's happening out there. Going to be nice today, warming up tomorrow. Got a chance of some severe weather rolling in on Friday night into Saturday. Back with a look at the weather right after this.
You're watching High Plains Today on TV23 with host Chris Jewell. TV23's internet service and 4G live streaming provided by United Wireless. Coverage you deserve. Service you expect. United Wireless.
Remember when you found that thing you thought you'd never see again?
Honey!
All right!
The Kansas State Treasurer's Office doesn't have your old baseball glove,
There you are.
but they do have over $300 million in unclaimed cash.
Yes.
And some of it could be yours. For information about how you can find your unclaimed cash, find us on Facebook or go to kansascash.com.
Something I feel when I'm right here. Something that tells me that I'm home. People are people around here. That's how it is. It's so clear. Letting it show. I've been around the world, only to find what I already know. This is the place. Everybody here knows it. This is the place. Oh, it's home to me and you. Yeah. This is the place.
Hi, Chris Jewell, host of High Plains Today, a 30-minute news and information program that airs weekdays at noon right here on TV 23. We talk about news, we talk about sports, we talk about weather, we're even going to talk entertainment. We'll have live guests right here on set with me. So, every day at noon, tune in, High Plains Today. We'll see you then.
Weekdays here on TV 23. Now, the local weather forecast for the High Plains.
Lots of sunshine out there as we look off to the west on the TV 23 tower cam. I mean, lots of sunshine. Had a few overhead stratus clouds earlier today. Out of here. Let's take a look at the readings here at the station. Right now it's 64 degrees, relative humidity 44%. Not a bad hair day for me. Winds, look at that, south-southwest at 3. Count it, 1, 2, 3. Barometric pressure is falling. As we look at the temperatures around the viewing area, everybody in the 60s, except get over to Pratt and Hayes, they're at 55, but they'll be going up today. Now, we're not going to warm up all that much today, but it's coming for tomorrow. Looking at the current dew points, now there's not really a lot of humidity out there, so we're not looking for any rain or anything today. Maybe if you get north of I-70 today, there may be a few scattered showers up there. Not a lot of wind out there at all today. I mean, we're being dominated by a giant high pressure today, so not going to be a lot of wind. Looking at the highs and lows as recorded at the Garden City Regional Airport. Hey, we got 66 yesterday. 101, the record back in 1964. Yep, another overnight low, 39. 42, the record back in 1966. Now, there was just a trace of a shower that blew through Garden City yesterday, and we had a little bit of rain earlier in the southern part of the viewing area also. All right, here's what we got on tap today. You want to get outside and enjoy this because it's going to be 76 degrees. Winds are going to be out of the southwest at 7. Then tonight, not bad, mostly clear, 50. Southeast winds at 14. Open them windows. Now tomorrow we're going to start heating up. It's going to start looking like the end of May going into June. 87 for the high, lots of sunshine. Winds are going to be out of the south-southeast at 9, switching around to the west-southwest. Then tomorrow night, 55, partly cloudy. Winds will be out of the east at 11, switching around to the north as that front comes this way. You can see we got a chance of rain coming in on Friday night, carrying into Saturday. Nice day, though, on Sunday for your 3-day weekend. Not sure about that 20% chance on Monday, but those temperatures are pretty tolerable if you ask me. That is a look at the weather. We'll be back with the markets and Carol Ann after this.
Take your happy place with you everywhere you go. With TiVo from Pioneer Communications, you can take your favorite DVR recordings with you anywhere you want. And you don't need an internet connection to watch on the go. It's out-of-this-world TV entertainment, and it's only at Pioneer Communications. Your community connected.
Just think, what if we didn't have local TV and radio? Where would I go for local sports, local politics, a mayor, city council, stuff that affects me every day? How about health? Who's covering things that endanger my family? I need to know now, as it happens, from sources I trust, people in my community. No agenda, no bias like you find on cable and social media. Just facts. For news I can trust, I stay local. Support your local station. Text TV to 52886 today.
Something I feel when I'm right here. Something that tells me that I'm home. This is the place. Everybody here knows it. This is the place. Oh, it's home to me and you. Yeah, this is the place.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally.
I did. Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls.
But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that strollers have the right of way on the sidewalk?
Yes.
Yep, I did. Did you guys
Did you know that kids who eat breakfast have higher GPAs?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. That's actually what I was going to say.
Did you know babies should never touch silver? It's really bad for them.
I knew that.
Did you guys know that statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to make sure your child is protected.
I'm putting that on my blog.
I just put it in mine.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Know what?
What?
Since I got adopted, I've learned a lot about these humans.
I know. I mean, check out these two. It's Flirt City over here.
Yeah, I noticed that. It looks like my human is definitely into your human.
Oh, look! I think she's getting his number.
Nice.
Your human's got some sweet moves.
Takes after his dog. Oh, look, they're doing that thing where they put their arms around each other.
She kicked up a leg. It's like in the movies.
That's awesome. Looks like we're going to be hanging out a little bit more.
And we're back on this beautiful day outside. Sun shining, not a lot of wind. I'm joined in the studio today by Carol Ann Crouch. She is with the Scott County Extension Service, part of K-State. As you can tell, she's got her K-State shirt on, and she's wearing purple, and you can't see it, but she even got a little power cat down here. It's got some bling on it. How are you today?
I'm fine, thanks.
Thanks for coming in today. All right, now we're going to talk about advanced healthcare planning for people in Kansas.
That's correct.
And this is a program I don't know much about. I'm going to tell you. And you're going to enlighten me as well as everybody else. What is advanced healthcare planning?
Well, basically, advanced healthcare planning is legal documents that you put in place so that any decisions that you want made on your behalf when you no longer can make them at the end of your life for people to follow.
Okay. All right. So we're talking about situations where something happens, you get into the hospital, they don't know what to do, all that kind of stuff, right?
That's correct.
Okay. So now who should do this?
So anybody
Are you going to tell me everybody should do this?
Well, everybody should do this if you're legal age of 18 and competent and sound mind. You should put in place your advanced care directives, yes.
All right. So what does it take to do this? I mean, do you need to line up attorneys and get all kinds of stuff and, birth certificates and records and tax receipts, et cetera, to do this?
No. Through K-State, through our Adult Development Aging Program, you can print off through the state of Kansas, have legal documents that are binding that you can fill out and have a witness, and many times you'll have to have it notarized. And you do not have to have an attorney to do this. You just have to follow the rules.
Okay, so now, and this is something that you can get done at your local extension office?
Yes, we can help you with that. If we don't have a notary in place in our office, all you have to do is then have your witnesses sign it in front of the notary, and you can do that anywhere those are available. But yes, we at your local county extension office can help you pull the documents up, and they are binding in the state of Kansas.
Okay, so this amazes me because we were talking earlier. I mean, you guys do more than just 4-H and the county fair here.
Yes.
This is something that I did not realize that the extension service could help you with something like this.
Yes, K-State Research and Extension is a branch of K-State. We bring timely, relevant information to all counties in Kansas, and we have topics across the board to help any residents in our county.
Well, that's what I'm beginning to find out from all you guys. You guys got a plethora of stuff going on.
Yes, we do.
All right, so let me ask you, so now you were talking about all we got to do is you come in, you fill out the forms, you get them notarized, you have them witnessed, et cetera, et cetera. And then now there's one deal on here about appointing multiple people as a durable power of attorney. Now, that's not like the power of attorney. Durable power of attorney and power of attorney are two different things, right?
That is correct. Your power of attorney deals with mainly your business transactions, your wills, your estates, and those kinds of things. Durable power of attorney deals with health care decisions at the end of your life. Should you not be able to make that decision and verbalize that?
Okay, so they're the ones that are going to be there going, okay, pull the plug.
Well, yes and
okay,
yes
not
and
really,
no.
but okay.
So the person that you empower to make those decisions are
All right, I
often
got you.
called an agent or a proxy.
Okay.
And many times they suggest having one, but some other information will suggest that you'll may make a decision on based off more than one. So if your first choice is incapable of making that decision,
okay,
because you don't know how you will feel or react in a situation, or possibly they're not available to make that decision. So you would want a second proxy or a second agent.
That'd be my luck. I'd have more than one person that'd be going, yes, no, yes, no.
But you do
That'd be
need
my
to assign
problem.
them choice 1 and 2 and don't have a shared, because a shared, then they may argue or disagree, and then that may slow down the process.
That eliminates the fighting.
Yes.
There it is.
So you need
Okay.
agent 1. Should
Good
agent
idea.
1 not be able to handle agent 2 steps in? Not a shared situation.
All right, okay. Got a number. You get jerseys for them, right? Number 1, number 2. That's a good idea.
Thing 1, thing 2.
Okay. So, yeah, thing 1, thing 2. All right. So now they're going to handle things also in this. Now, you're able to, this goes along with the DNR, the do not resuscitate orders and stuff also, right?
Yes.
Are contained in this?
No, those are separate.
Separate?
Separate legal document, as well as the living will. They're all 3 separate. You have a due power of attorney, living will, and a DNR, do not resuscitate. They're all 3 separate documentations, all have to be handled separately, and they're all dealt with differently.
Okay. So can the extension service help you with
Yes,
the
we
DNR?
can.
All 3 of those?
We can print those forms off for you to fill in as you desire and have notarized.
Who knew? Oh, I do today. All right, so a DNR, and we were talking a little bit about this earlier, that, I was saying, okay, there's one deal in here. If you do not have a DNR form or whatever with you and an emergency arises or whatever, and they don't have that form, they're not gonna honor just saying, "Oh, I have a DNR. Where is it?"
Yeah.
Sorry, right?
Right. If you can't physically show the form before they begin the process, they will go ahead and resuscitate you. They legally are bound to do that. You can't show up 5 minutes later and say, "Oh, but here's the form." And once they start that process, they cannot stop.
Okay, but if they show up with the form later on and you've stabilized or whatever, and then you go back, then they can go, "Oh, okay, you have a DNR."
Yes. The important
That
part
makes
about these documentations is that people need to be aware of them. They need to be able to produce them when they need them. So, for example, a DNR. There are many companies out there that are selling bracelets or necklaces that say, "I have a DNR." Those are not legal. Binding. So don't waste your money on something like that.
Okay. Good. Listen to her.
Because you still have to have the documentation where it's signed and notarized to make it official.
So when they come to, say, Scott City and they're talking to you and they're filling out this stuff and you give them a DNR form, then now do they have to carry around a piece of paper like this?
No, when you come into our office, or you can go through the state of Kansas even, there are forms, and at the bottom there's wallet-sized forms that you can put in your wallet.
Huh.
But here's the situation. If you're in an emergency situation and someone's coming to your aid and they start the process, they may or may not have the time to look for that.
Oh, go through your wallet or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
So a DNR is a little bit stickier for those who are trying to help.
Sure.
They work really well in a hospital situation.
Right.
But you also have to have those documents in place, and everybody needs to know that you have those documentations.
Okay. Yeah, but you can be a card carrying. You can be like an organ donor. You have a DNR card.
Yeah.
Huh, who knew? Okay, that makes sense. All right, now the other thing is, okay, you get all this stuff, and we were talking a little bit about this, and this makes sense. This is something that, in the state of Kansas, this will be honored. Mm-hmm. But if you're, say, you go to Arizona for the winter or something like that, Arizona may not honor these forms that you filled out in the state of Kansas, right?
That is correct. Just because they're legally binding in the state of Kansas doesn't mean they aren't everywhere. Not all states allow that type of documentation to be used or to be carried from state to state. So if you spend a good portion of your time in another state, it's good that you go ahead and research their information, fill their legal documentations out as well. Some states will honor something without an attorney. Some you'll have to have an attorney to help you with that.
Okay, but if you're spending time in, say, Palm Springs, California, if you're lucky enough, Arizona, South Texas, whatever, it's good to check into that so you know what you've got. Yeah,
Yes.
So if they'll honor those forms from Kansas, or if you're going to have to fill something out in that state.
That is correct. The most important thing about advanced health care planning is that you have to share that information. You have to make sure people are aware of your choices and give copies of that to your doctor, your health care providers, your family members, anybody that has any interest in your health, your state of health. Because if it's locked up somewhere in a safety deposit box, nobody can get to it. That does nobody any good.
Yeah, we got about 30, 45 seconds before Brian really starts yelling in my ear. What if you change your mind on all this?
Okay, so as long as you
That's
are...
an important thing, right?
Yeah, as long as you're competent and can verbally share your wishes, these can be stopped at any point, shredded, tore up, changed. You can change people as your agent. You can do away with them altogether. We all have different phases in our lives that we need to make different choices.
So you're not locked in?
No, you're not locked in on any of these.
Is there a cost for any of this?
No, there is not. Not through your
Even
county
better.
extension agent. So, yes.
All right. Carol Ann, thanks for coming by today. This is
Thank
interesting.
you.
And people, get out and visit your county extension agent. They're doing way more than just the county fair, I'm telling you. And if you've been watching the series we've been doing with all these ladies from the extension service, they do a bunch.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming by today.
You're welcome. Thank you for having
This
me.
is fun. We got some other stuff. You got to come back and talk to us about. All right, Brian's saying, got to go. I'll be back with some more right after this.
I used to think news is news. It's all the same. But it's not. There's a big difference between local broadcast news and cable news. See, local stations are part of my community, connecting me to local news, weather, and sports on every device. It makes sense. Get the news from the people I trust who actually live here. No agenda, no bias like on cable shout shows or social media, just facts. For news I can trust, I stay local. Support your local stations. Text TV to 52886 today.
Something I feel when I'm right here. Something that tells me that I'm home. This is the place. Everybody here knows it. This is the place. Oh, it's home to me and you. Yeah, this is the place.
Turn here. There. Excuse me.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Hey, the Garden City Lady Buffs start the trek towards the Class 6A state softball title tomorrow with a scheduled 1 p.m. fast pitch. Well, it is fast pitch. At Lawrence Arocha Ballpark at Rock Chalk Park. A win on Thursday would put the Buffs into Friday's semifinals against the Olathe Northwest Hayesville campus winner. And you know what? Last night at Yankee Stadium, Jorge Bonifacio clubbed his 5th homer in 6 days. The Royals bombarded the Bronx in a 6-2 victory. Let's hope that they can keep up all that while they're still there for another 2 games. All right, looking at our weather. Still 64 degrees, relative humidity 43%. Oh, wind went down. It's west-southwest at 2. Barometric pressure is falling. All right, now it's going to be a good day today. Tomorrow it's going to heat up, especially you get down around the Oklahoma line and you could see 90 degrees. Chance of some thunderstorms Friday into Saturday, but not bad after all. Go out and have a great day, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Keep up to date with the latest information from TV23 on our Facebook page, KDGL TV.
Horse Thief the Festival, June 9th and 10th.
Come for the food.
Come for the fun.
Come for the music. Mike Ryan, Matt Kimbrough, Flatland Cavalry, Carabella, and Buckner Creek.
Horse Thief the Festival, as much fun as the law will allow.
Tickets on sale now at horsethiefthefestival.com.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to